Hi guys, I'm here today. Um, oh no, I remember why it's so annoying to play on mobile. Just the music is always so loud. Okay, it's fine. So I've actually watched this game once. It's been some time, but there was no mobile version, so now there is, and I wanna play it. Let's see. It's a very good game, by the way. Okay, let's just go. Light spills through the tiny windows of the dollhouse, catching the flecks of dust in the air. Though it's early in the morning, the inhabitants have been awake for a little while now. It's to be expected that toys wouldn't have quite the same grasp on time as you do. Whisker, you've hardly touched your tea. Her least of all, she's an antique. You could at least pretend to drink it since I went to the trouble of making it. The stuffed rabbit sits at the table, a frown on its embroidered face. It turns its head away from the cup in defiance. Geez, you're so moody lately. I know it's not terribly fun to be stuck alone here with me, but you're not doing yourself any favors by being difficult. Don't you think we should be making the best of it? I really wish you'd let me cut you a mouth so you could try to hold a conversation. The rabbit scurries off across the wooden floor and down the stairs. Dahlia sighs. It was only a suggestion. I'm not going to force you. I suppose that's another cup down the drain then. Dahlia gathers up the teacup and saucer from the floor to take down to the kitchen. I guess cutting yourself a mouth would hurt. Though Whisker has been in the house for a while with her now, he has always been terribly skittish. The kitchen holds the rest of the tea set, always ready for a hypothetical tea party that thus far hadn't come to fruition. The rabbit wasn't about to sit at the table with her. Thinking back on it, she has trouble recalling who it was that used to sit there with her. You're listening right now, aren't you? I'm fairly certain I can hear you out there. Tap tap. The sound of large fingers gently tapping nails on the outside of the house answer her question. She smiled softly. There you are. Maybe you could join me. I'm not sure how you would fit in here with me, but I would welcome you anyway. Perhaps you could let me outside. I was sitting on the roof to be closer to you. You know better than to give her way on that. The cracks on her face tell the story of a previous execution outside of the house. She is met with silence. Her smile holds patiently. For all of 10 seconds. Fine, then I won't be entertaining you either. If the urge to be reasonable finds you, I'll be reading in my room. She storms out of the kitchen and up the stairs. You decide to give her some time to cool off, while you leave to run an errand. You have a feeling she'll lighten up when you retrieve your new purchase. The dollhouse is a little bit cleaner than it was this morning. Dahlia has spent some time dusting and picking up. She prefers her home spotless, or at least she used to. Ever since she settles for clean enough, and she never bothers with the attic anymore. She idly straightens the decorations atop her wardrobe in her room. A heavy thumb quickly undusts. What? She turns looking around in surprise. Hesitantly, she peers out of her bedroom door and down the stairs. Whisker is already in the foyer investigating. What is it? Sorry guys, I'm not sure what to say. She broke her face, right? It's a bit scary, like it's creepy when a doll actually shows it is a doll. She descends the stairs, delicate joints clicking with each step. A living doll. She finds the large box taking up the entryway. Oh my, you present? Oh, I already know how this goes, but okay, let's go. Her eyes light up with interest, running her fingers over the wooden exterior. There's a quirk to her brow when she realizes it's cheap compressed wood. Something new then? Whisker presses his ear to the side of the box. He hops back away when he hears a cough from inside, hiding behind Dahlia. What is it? She searches around the lid, unable to quite pull it up. She finally finds the hook on the other side and undoes it from the small bag that holds the lid shut. She practically throws the lid open, a bright smile on her face. Oh, Whisker, look. A new friend. This guy was my favorite character in this game. Ah, is he dead? I'm not dead. Oh, good. The clown in the box hangs limply when Dahlia drags him out of the box by his shirt. Oh, I'm glad this got released for mobile, by the way. It's really looking good. She's surprised to find that he's mostly fabric with little structure underneath. Oh, how is he going to get up? His sleeves are half empty, tied at the seams with a ruffle. All in all, his head is solid, and his body is plush. Hello, new friend. My name is Dahlia, and this is my friend Whisker. The rabbit's ears lie back, looking none too friendly. He keeps his distance. I'm sorry for all the excitement. It's just been so long since we've had a new toy. Well, not had. Obviously, we don't have you. Okay, guys, so there are two endings. The one where you... Anyways, I'm gonna pick the clown ending, by the way. What are you actually? Oh, where on earth are my manners? What do you go by, friend? No, I don't go by friend. And I'm a puppet. My name is Huxley. Huxley. I have no idea. Huxley, how nice. And a puppet. Why, that does explain it. Oh, let me take you to a chair. I shouldn't be holding you the whole time like a little bear. With Huxley comfortably situated in his chair at the table, Dahlia sits opposite to him. She's all smiles, even though the clown looks so sullen. Here, have some tea. Oh, can you hold the cup? Have a silly straw. Thanks. Despite the thanks, the clown doesn't make any move to drink the tea. Are you alright, Huxley? I don't expect you to be quite as excited as me, but you look so upset. I'm not upset, but what's there to be excited for? You've taken me out of a box, and here I am to sit in another box. The only difference is that I'm not the only one in this box. But that makes a difference, doesn't it? I do enjoy watching Whisker, but he's not one for conversation. And now this won't be such a lonely place. Oh, it's so adorable how they are in the beginning. What do you want to do? I'll show you that there's fun to have here. I don't want anything, thanks. Oh. Oh, surely that isn't true. Everyone wants something. Do you want some quiet? We could lie on the floor and watch the star projector. She's actually very nice, right? She's actually offering to do many different activities, not the only ones she likes. If that's what you'd like to do, no, we're trying to find something you wanna do. Do you want to tell jokes? You are a clown, if you'd like. Did you hear about the clown car that crashed out in the middle of nowhere? There were 30 casualties. I don't think I get that one. Oh, I get it. It's because it's a full car. It's... What do you get when you boil a clown? A laughing stock. So I Oh, that's funny. Clown soup. Sorry, I bet it would have polka dots too. Oh, let me try. A clown named... Wait, don't give her ideas. A clown named Pagliacci goes to see a therapist. Oh darn it, I messed it up. You're a funny lady, Dahlia. Oh, you smiled. Oh, don't stop just because I pointed it out. I'll start getting the idea you're determined to sulk. Sorry, I just haven't told any jokes in a while. No audience unless I got brought out just for that. So I stopped. What's the point? The point of telling jokes? The point of coming up with jokes if I only get to tell one when someone gives me the time of day. I don't like being a puppet. The only choice I get is to not participate. So I started doing that, opting out. Oh, so you just don't do anything? Nothing I don't want to do. Which I don't want to do much lately, so yeah, kind of. He looks uncomfortable at the direction of the conversation. It's clear he hasn't had to explain himself at length before, especially when he's so withdrawn from everything. I get how he feels. When you... I don't know. I don't think he needs to, like, only... I don't know. Is he going to be kept at the box here too? Dali, on the other hand, is clearly mulling this idea over in her head. Do you think you want to do more if you could get around better on your own? Since then, you could go where you like and not have to wait for someone to bring you there. Yeah, that will make things easier. Oh, sorry, I thought it was done. That will make things easier for me. No offense, but I don't think I want you teaching anything out to me if that's what you're thinking. Huh? Why? Are you just assuming I'd be bad at it? I just to keep my answer to myself. That wasn't what I was thinking about anyway. Wait here for just a moment. I'll try not to go anywhere. Dahlia leaves the kitchen, hurrying off back to the foyer. She stands near the box Huxley arrived in and looks up, her gaze aimless as though she isn't quite sure of where to look. Hello up there, I imagine you're still watching us. Thank you for sending me a new friend. She's so cute. I know I've asked for one a lot, but I'm afraid I need to ask for something else. I'm sorry for asking so soon after receiving this gift. But it isn't for me, so I hope that might make up for it. So do you think perhaps you could give me something to help Huxley move? Perhaps wheels or a wooden skeleton? I wonder if there is going to be a way I can go back and say no and not help. I don't know. You suppose there couldn't be any harm in it? If the puppet is really so broken that it can't even keep her company, it doesn't do much good, does it? It will have to be a modification so simple that even the toys can figure it out, though. You have an idea. Surely with only a single item to work with, she'll understand what needs to be done. You place your gift in the box Huxley had arrived in. Dahlia looks on in surprise as she sees a large spring in the box. Oh, yes, this is perfect. Thank you so much. She eagerly plucks her prize from the container, needing both hands to carry it. It's as long as her legs at the very least. Seeing as it's a bit unwieldy, perhaps it isn't the best idea to bring it near the tea set. She ends up leaving it behind and fetching Huxley instead. It's really cute how she's helping her friend to move. It takes the pair a few minutes to figure out the logistics of the attachment, but in the end it is sewn securely to the opening of Huxley's body. That is such a strange thing to say. You know, it takes a moment to get used to balancing on the spring. This is certainly different. I think I'm getting the hang of it though. The stairs will take some practice. That's what the railing is for, at least until you get better at jumping. Perhaps soon you'll be able to leap from the landing to the upper doorway in one go. Oh, we're actually jumping. That's insane. She laughs at the idea, but he seems to be very seriously considering it. OMG, I think that would be dangerous, actually. Perhaps so. Everything else is upstairs, right? What about the back room? More stairs, unfortunately. That's the doorway to the attic. And what's up there? More stairs? The ceiling, silly. And some more odds and ends. Some things just don't really have a place in the house. But they still have to go somewhere. Perhaps we could eventually convert it into a bedroom for you. Man, he's really settling in. Your cruelty knows no bounds, Lady Dahlia. Making a man able to jump and putting him in a room with a low ceiling. I didn't mean. I know I'm only teasing you. For someone who kept wanting me to lighten up, you sure aren't good at recognizing a joke. Oh, don't tease me. But I'm happy to see you're in much better spirits. I am. I've never had something like this. Though, is this really okay? What do you mean? Nothing. I didn't like being a puppet, so I don't know why I should feel right about becoming something else. Like a jack in the box? Yeah, actually. I would never... I mean to say, not getting back in that box. Of course not, but you will have to sleep somewhere. And I suppose the box can stay here in the foyer. We could make it into a table or use it as a chest. I just don't want to have to carry it up to the attic. Whatever you want to do with it, it's not mine. But yeah, I guess this makes me a jack out of the box. Which I'd also never do. Dahlia tilts her head in confusion once more. I'm also confused at this one. Huxley spares her any explanation of the joke. I'm actually feeling a little fidgety now. I think I want to give the stairs a try. Will you show me the rest of the house if I make it up? Of course, and if you can't, I'll carry you up. I'll make it up even if I have to drag myself up. Wait, why? Why doesn't he want to wait for her? Just maybe go stand out of the way just in case. With some time and effort and a couple of paintings knocked off of the wall, Huxley manages to make his way up the stairs. Wow, that's chaotic. Dahlia feels perhaps a few new cracks were added to her face from the worry with which she watched when he twice peeled backwards down the stairs. Bro, I wouldn't really listen to it, I would just help. What the... Luckily the clown was not so delicate as she was. Oh, too bad she's that delicate. He bounced like rubber. Perhaps that's what he was made of. The thought remains in her mind that she'll have to remind her new friend that she is much more fragile than he is. But for now, she hurries up after him to congratulate him and show him around the upper floor. I'm having some bad memories already. The lining in the closet isn't exactly a room, but it's important to show regardless. The bathroom is of slightly more importance, of course. Do they use it? Though perhaps less important than it would have been in the real house. Wait, why? I don't get it. Don't they eat? Don't they actually eat? So I think the bathroom would be useful. Huxley knows a lingering smell of paint and powders in the bathroom. It must be where Dahlia touches up her face. And lastly, Dahlia brings him to her bedroom. Yo, that was quick. JK, just kidding, Brie. I don't think I've ever had anyone in here before. Well, aside from Whisker. Okay, you don't think so? Where's that little guy anyway? I kind of expected him to join us for the tour. Oh, don't mind him, he's so jumpy these days. I couldn't even tell you why. Perhaps he's less confident without other plush animals around. Did there used to be more? I can't seem to recall. I know I knew a teddy bear once. Perhaps he was a friend of Whisker's. I think the true ending... Okay, I won't say it now. She frowns, brows furrowed in concentration. Huxley watches on with concern. Is remembering things a regular problem for you, Dahlia? In a sense, I suppose it is. Very little changes in the house, so the days tend to blend together. If I have trouble remembering something, I'd be hard-pressed to know whether it's due to forgetfulness or because it happened longer ago than I realized. I've recently started writing in my journal again, though. So that should help with the more recent days. I wasn't sure where it was for a while, so I'll have to really make good use of it now that I have it again. Yeah, sounds like a plan. And if I get curious, I can always read up on what I missed before I got here. Absolutely not. I keep it locked so you couldn't even if you wanted to. Sorry, I still have trouble reading in English. I think you can probably tell from, everything. So, yeah. Just another joke, Danny. I wouldn't read your diary. You better not. Now, what was I going to show you in here? Oh, I wanted to show you here in my wardrobe. I keep my dresses here, but it's full of mini games as well. You can feel free to help yourself to any of them if you find yourself looking for something to play. I have my bookcase in here as well. I have all the classics. Pride and Prejudice. OMG. A Little Princess, Hans Christian Andersen's Fairy Tales collection. Quite a collection, Dahlia. Are you teasing me again? No, they're just very you. Except that one. The complete short stories of Edgar Allan Poe. A little bit of a gothic and heart, are you? I did say I love the classics. What about you, Mr. Know-It-All? You make yourself sound rather well-read. I've just heard my share of bedtime stories in my day. And the stories I've heard a little... Oh, sorry guys, I'm really having a difficult time reading. And others I've heard a little of in homework form. I have to say, it hasn't made me the most bookish kind of a guy. Except maybe joke books. Guys, I'm sorry if I am not, appreciating the scenario enough. As I said, I've watched it in videos and such. So I guess I'm a bit more used to it. But speaking of, I guess it's a nice room, right? Really, it's quite big. Holy. Except maybe joke books. Guys, well, in your words, that's very you. There's no shame in it. But I warn you that you will eventually want to do some reading. Beggars can be choosers for entertainment in this house. Well, we're terrible owners. Though I'd be happy to read to you. I can see it now. I'll let you know if I have trouble falling asleep here, then maybe I could use it. They're having some trouble. It's refreshing to see Dahlia looking so lively again after so much time spent by herself in the dollhouse. She's had her problems in the past getting along with other toys, but the clown seems to be a good choice. Dude, we're really psychopaths, I think. I mean, other toys... Entertaining as a jester should be, but not so energetic that he would impose upon her lifestyle. But they're having fights and all. Can we see it? Can we see that's a problem? She considers herself to be an elegant lady after all, and some wild fool would certainly find themselves met with friction when it came to living with her. Yeah, okay, Huxley is not the kind of guy to deal well with friction, I think. Hopefully they continue to get along. Anyways, as I said, Man, I forgot. Okay, in the following days, they seem to adjust well enough. They play their games and have their tea together, and even Whisker seems to be more at ease with Huxley there. It's a point of concern in some ways. Hopefully the rabbit doesn't come to be too affectionate with the clown. But for now, it's happy days within the house. Wait, why can't the rabbit get affectionate with the clown? You find yourself watching them regularly. Today they've gathered in the attic to improve Huxley's sleeping area. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm reading too fast. I'm in a hurry. Sorry, I'm the kind of person who is very anxious to finish the story because it's good. I'm sorry, we don't have a better place to keep a lot of these things. The only happy the bed is finally seeing some use. Oh man, that's a lot of stuff. It's not too bad. The spiders have been keeping me company at night. Spiders? Well, probably just little mice. I have wondered about some of the things you keep up here though. Don't just change the subject after mentioning spiders. Are there really spiders up here? You know, for toys, spiders are actually giant. No, it was only joking, Dahlia. Okay, good thing we're not that terrible. Ah, you'd better be. Horrible creatures. Wait, what do you mean? Now, what were you wondering about? Well, I noticed some of these things seem out of place here. The paintings, sure, they make sense for you to have, but there are some old brass knickknacks in here that don't look like any of your other stuff. Like this big brass horse head. It's a knight, but you're right, it doesn't look familiar. And there's some old clothing up here. Oh, I really haven't cleaned up here in some time, but I didn't think there was anything but spare decor items. What sort of clothing is it? OMG, who has she killed? Well, I found some bow ties, like the formal kind. Not like my ribbon. And no offense to our dearest Lady Dahlia, but they wouldn't really suit you. Do they belong to Whisker? No, Whisker doesn't really have many belongings to speak of. Whisker shakes his head to confirm this. He only has the little bed in my room and a few little toys of his own. Though half the time he seems to prefer playing with balled up paper more than the things I make for him. Wandle's trash is a rabbit's treasure. I'm almost certain that that's not how that phrase goes. Well, in any case, they seem like men's clothes to me. Though I did see some old hairbrushes and things as well. Not ones that match your sets though. Do you think some of this was left from whoever lived in the house before you? Well, I suppose that's possible, though it seems stranger to me that the owner wouldn't remove such things before placing me here. Maybe the owner hoped for a more masculine doll. Wait. I'm sure exactly what they were hoping for. They've had me this long after all. Well, the owner doesn't seem to be interested in doing much to your home regardless, so maybe they didn't bother with this. Or they... Guys, I remember something. Oh yeah, Huxley has a problem with us. He has a problem with us, the owner. Or they're using your storage for their extra things. Oh, I hadn't considered that. And they get quiet at times, but that doesn't mean they lack interest. They love me, and I love them too. You two should get a room. Yo, Huxley is actually jealous. You're actually jealous. Or I guess a house. Wait, what? Oh, hush, there's no need to be jealous, Huxley. I'm sure that they love you too. Yes, I love you too, Huxley. You wouldn't be living here if they didn't find something appealing. Guys, it must have been my sparkling personality then. Perhaps it was. Right. Well, I don't have any doubts that they're just tossing me in here for your sake if they really love you so much. Why is this guy so skeptical? He's just really negative right now. He's like really annoyed. Like, bro, if you're that mad, I can just put you in the box again. Maybe you'll start valuing this goddamn house I prepared for you. How do you mean? Well, you have told me a few times just how lonely it is here without someone to have conversations with. And here I am. Well, I am happier here, but I doubt it's just for me. Damn, it's true though. OMG. I just noticed both characters are really unique in their own ways. It's all the same to me. So long as they leave me be, I'm just fine. Oh, it's just silly, Huxley. I know you enjoy their attention if you got it. Doubt it. Why did this guy so mad at me? What did I do? Like, I know it's talking about like the owner, like the character in the story, but I'm just gonna call it me since, you know, it's kind of me. Such a sourpuss. I suppose we'll find out the next time they do decide to check in on us. Regardless, I'll be holding my breath until then. I'm actually here, guys. The conversation comes to a stop as the pair go back to cleaning, but it leaves you with some thinking to do. It has been a little time since you initially purchased the clown, so you've had a little time to get to know more about him. More so than you could have known, taking enough off the shelf. Oh, bro, I really love this game. I don't know, I just really like the idea of, like, purchasing some dolls. They come in with like a whole life and personality, and you're just taking care of them like this. It's just so interesting and cute. At this point, okay, guys, like I said, I'm gonna choose Huxley. I feel like this is some kind of Pokemon I'm picking here. Huxley Kimini Kimita. Am I right? Huxley is winning me over. Actually, like, I like both equally, but like, I wouldn't like to treat him bad considering he's new to this, and like, she remaining the favorite. It's like favoritism, It would be a lie to say that the clown wasn't growing on you. Though at first you did only bring him to the dollhouse in order to provide Dahlia with some company. He's a funny little guy in his own right, even if not always through his jokes. You have to start thinking of some ways to make him feel more welcome in the house now that you know Dahlia will be able to get along with them. Things are fairly peaceful in the dollhouse for some time after. You check on the toilets from time to time, a little more frequently than you would when it was only Talia and Whisker in the house. Wow, that's really terrible. I am a terrible parent. It's more active than it has been sometimes, so there's more to see going on. You decide you'll be adding some new things for them from time to time to keep up this level of activity. Why do you like activity so much? It's so funny. Like, just the owner doesn't let them calm down. Try that piece in the bottom right there. Whisker leans forward against the table to move one of the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. His little paw nudges it carefully down to fit within its place. Oh, okay, that's part of the red costume. That's why the color was so different. Oh, what are you two up to in there? In here, actually. Oh, look. Hey, Dahlia, Whisker was just helping me. OMG, I am so bad at English. Hey, Dahlia, Whisker was just helping. I tried by myself, but you know me, better fingers. Oh, true. Leslie says this as he extends one of his digitless thumb arms before lowering it again. Oh yes, I see. You really enjoy puzzles too. You should have told me. I would be happy to help. You were reading, so I didn't want to bother you about it. Plus, I think Whisker likes puzzles. The rabbit perks up at this, confirming the statement. Dahlia's demeanor changes at this. Something about this is bothering her. Whisker never wanted to do puzzles with me. He never wants to sit on my lap like that either. Actually, where did you get this? I don't remember seeing this puzzle before. You haven't? I found it in the foyer today. I assume you left it out. I don't leave my things lying around. It must be new. How odd. The owner always brings new gifts to my attention. Huh, I guess it was for me then. I don't think it's much your style anyway. Dahlia moves a little closer to the table to look at the illustration on the puzzle's box. It features a group of circus performers putting on a show in front of a drably dressed audience. Their costumes are bright and colorful against the muted background. Is this like a metaphor to like, the dollhouse is like your circus or something? Anyways, when I first saw this scene, when I, was watching the game, I was very confused. I didn't know what to think of this, like, suddenly a really realistic drawing. I didn't get it. The only full character in the puzzle they've put together so far is the mustachioed clown in the striped tights. Wow. They really need to make some progress. Yes, I suppose it would have to be for you then. Something wrong, Talia? You can still put it together with us. Oh, I get it. It's because he's a clown. I thought he was a Jackson. Okay, whatever. Not wrong exactly, but was this the only thing in the foyer? Yeah, I didn't see anything else out of place. Why is there like a cookie label? Like, why is there something? Why is there a paper written cookie? Why? Just like, what's that going to be used for? Well, you two enjoy your puzzle then, I suppose. I have other things to do. What's up with her and Whisker? You think she's mad at me? It's like, I don't know, this game is like pointing out favoritism. I think both of them need love, you know? I hate guessing games like this. I guess I'll just ask her about it later. Dahlia makes her way up to the attic and knocks on the ceiling of the house. Are you up there? I know you had to be here earlier. Yes, sure. I'm gonna be nice to both of them, as much as I can. I thought so. That was awfully mean of you earlier, you know? What, to show some love to your fucking boyfriend? Shut up. Leaving Huxley a gift and nothing for me. Huxley is a gift. I'm sorry. Now that you have a new toy, you're just going to leave me to gather dust. Huxley was for you. What are you talking about? She's being so melodramatic, but you did somewhat expect this from her. She's never taken well to having to share attention. Though you're a little surprised she's already noticed you giving him attention over a single small gift. He didn't even thank you or give you credit for it, so it's not as though he's going to be seeking your attention out because of a puzzle. Yeah, it's true. Like, we gave him a gift. But he doesn't really care whether it was us or not. He's just, chilling. Well, since you don't plan on answering me, you should know I'm feeling very cross with you about this. Between leaving me alone in here for so long and then immediately turning your attention to your new friend, I'm feeling very replaced. It's your new friend. What are you talking about? So I expect you to do something to make this up to me. A fragile body and a fragile heart. The porcelain drama queen exits the attic. Yes, she is the porcelain queen. You might consider getting her something as well to cheer her up, but at the same time you don't want to encourage her to indulge in such dramatics every time you do something with Huxley. Why don't we just talk to her? I don't get it. And she'll catch on if you make it a pattern. For now you just have to ignore this outburst. You leave the dollhouse alone for the rest of the day. Then I find Huxley dead. Murdered. The next morning you decide to check on the group around breakfast time. Luckily, it looks like everyone is relaxed again as they are out spending time together. Okay, so it's a quiche, Huxley, quiche. Oh, okay, thanks for correcting my mispronunciation, Miss Dahlia. Are you paying attention? You look ready to fall asleep. Quiche, okay, I hope I remember this. I never get up this early. My head feels empty and my body feels boneless. You don't have bones, and I'm not sure if your head is empty or not actually. Do you have glass eyes like mine? Wow, she is actually really beautiful if she has glass eyes. Wait, you're distracting me. I'm trying to give instructions. Sorry, Lady Dahlia, please continue. Well, I was going to have you dice the vegetables for the quiche, but I'd rather not have you holding the knife while you're so tired. Why don't you mix up the eggs for me instead? I'll measure out the other ingredients for you to mix in, and you just have to mend the mixer. Now you can just hold the knife and the stammer. Oh no, I'm just kidding, sorry. The intrusive words. Aye, chef, easier for me. I'm a klutz with a knife anyway. Wow, you're a klutz with a knife. I am scared. Alright, Butterfingers. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Did she take that seriously? And afraid, the group gets to work on their complex breakfast dish. Dahlia works efficiently as she dices up their various vegetables into little cubes that will suit the size of the dish. She occasionally moves to check on Huxley's progress, but he seems to have things handled. Whisker hangs onto the clown's back, watching the mixture churning in the bowl and occasionally moving the lever switch when Huxley asks him to. I think they're working. As you watch, you start to notice how much Dahlia looks over their way. A small frown on her face. She's jealous. Whisker catches her eye at one point and looks away. She turns her gaze down to her cutting board. By the time everything is put together to go into the oven, she's on edge. She excuses herself from the kitchen, asking Huxley to set the timer for her on her way out. Actually, I can understand when somebody is very, stressed. Sometimes she just needs some time out, but I think she's not going to improve. She heads to the foyer. Stepping into the foyer, Dahlia spots a handful of items on the box turntable that Huxley arrived in. A couple of colored balls, some silk handkerchief squares, also colorful, some oversized playing cards. Nothing she'd really be interested in. But there is one particularly ornate item among the group. She approaches and picks it up. Oh, what a cute little cane. I usually prefer parasols, but this is nice. As she turns the wooden cane over in her hands, she observes the metal handle at the top. It's fairly textured, made to be easy to grab, even without wrapping fingers all the way around it. The flat top holds a little painted disc, painstakingly etched with a decorative edge. We are so awful, like favoritism so clear. Your work is detailed, even when working with such small materials. You were very particular in making this gift. How dare you? I know we're like terrible parents, but still. Poor Huxley, it's not his fault. The handcrafted cane lay splintered in half on the ground. Whoa. What was that? Nothing. Didn't I tell you to wait in the kitchen? Okay, she's actually being a bit too much, so I don't have to. And I was worried. You were acting weird. Are those for me? Dahlia kicks the handle end of the broken cane behind her with her wheel. Probably looks like our of it is for you. Whisker skitters across the foyer to Huxley's side, carrying the cane handle in his paws. His little plush steps went unnoticed by the larger toys in the room. Huxley takes the cane and looks to see what Dahlia was hiding. Jeez, Dahlia, what's your problem? Seriously, what did I even do? He's right. Huxley didn't do anything. We did. Why is she treating him bad? Just because of us. It's so sad. It's really sad. It's not you. I'm just upset with the owner right now. I was really angry and I had just picked up the cane. I was so mad I just hit it against the box without thinking and it broke. It was an accident. But Boo, you didn't break anything else. You only broke something that was for me. Huxley, are you crying? No. I honestly didn't think it would mean so much to you. It's just a cane. Oh, I feel so bad. But it's true. I think she really shouldn't have broken the cane just because she was mad at us. It's not Huxley's fault. It was made for me. Nobody's ever made something just for me. You have so much. But you want to take away what I've got too? It was an accident. You already admitted you thought about it. That's enough. You're very upset with Dahlia for this. I'm not upset, but she shouldn't have done it. And you can see Huxley is getting pretty worked up. Best to separate them for now and put Dahlia where you don't have to look at her for a little while. But, this is actual favoritism. This is terrible. You put Dahlia away in her room and lock the door. It's just like examples of like terrible parenting, because I think it is. Huxley, who was already upset by this turn of events, is terrified at seeing your hand enter the dollhouse so suddenly. There isn't much else you can do but leave him alone to calm down. True, I think we shouldn't have done. Like, how are they going to solve their problem if you don't let them? Dahlia pounds on the door of her room. You can hear her voice cracking as she cries to you, threatens you, says whatever she can think of to be absolved of any guilt. Oh, she just doesn't want to take responsibility for what she did. If we just let Huxley and her talk it out, they could reflect on it. Why are we, interrupting? You decide to leave her in there until you're feeling less upset about what happened. Whenever that happens to be. For now, you decide to focus on making a new gift for her. Damn, I have a big ass priority. You hadn't expected him to be so sentimental over it. Aw, yeah, it's true. But knowing now that it's so meaningful to him, you're newly motivated to make something for him that he'll enjoy. If he's willing to accept something like that from you, even with his fear of your physical presence, it's a good first foot in the door to actually bonding with the clown. But what to make? I'm gonna remake the cane, but I'm just gonna save. I watched the video. I don't remember this, like, the differences that this would make. I'm gonna remake the cane. Right, the cane really meant a lot to him. You originally thought of it as a convenience item to help him arrange things around the house that were difficult for him without hands, but you wanted it to be personal for him as well, hence the elaborate customization. This is so sad. While not the most beautiful miniature you ever crafted for the house, as a first for him, it still holds some meaning. You decide to clear the remains of the old one once everyone is asleep. Then you make it anew. Over the next couple of days, you leave the dollhouse alone to work diligently on the cane for Huxley. You imagine he would like some time without you looming over the house after what happened before. However, you know that before you can present him with his cane, you have to try to get things back to normal within the house. It's time to check on Dahlia. You find her lying on her bed, completely despondent. She's fully dressed, though you can be sure whether that means she has been getting up every day to get ready, or just hasn't changed into her pajamas since you put her here. You unlock the door with a click. She's immediately alert. You're back. I thought maybe you were going to leave me here forever. Oh, I wish. I'm sorry for acting out before. I shouldn't have destroyed something that you made. Oh, this is a surprise, but you doubt she'll learn much from this, even if she's trying to make up with you now. You should consider my feelings too, though. It's not about the gifts specifically. You know that, don't you? Oh boy, you weren't sure what to do in response to this. She looks ready to burst into tears, and you're still pretty cross with her. Are you not cross with her? It doesn't negate your suspicion. She's only trying to get your... Wait, it doesn't negate your suspicion. She's only trying to get your sympathy, so you forgive her for acting out. She looks up and around the room expectantly. Sorry, guys. When nothing happens, she slowly sinks. I see. You don't want to talk about it right now. That's fine. It's fine. I should go let Huxley and Whisker knowing out again. And I suppose talk to Huxley about this. I love you. Please talk to me soon. She's going to get obsessed. She anxiously hurries out of the room. Her posture stiff and her expression full of worry. Just in case you stick around to listen in on her and Huxley. You find the conversation already in progress, but your voices are low and hard to hear. Perhaps Dahlia didn't want you to listen in. I just worry that that's the direction this is going. I don't remember it clearly, but I do have mentions in my journal. I don't think it's out of the question that replacement is what they have in mind. Well, I don't know them very well, so I couldn't say that, but when I got here, you tried very hard to tell me how much you trusted them on stuff. Plus, don't you think that's kind of an overreaction to a few gifts for me? It's true. This house is already full of stuff for you, so it's just common sense that more things would be added for me to balance it out. You just don't get it. My bond with them is special, so I can tell when they're pulling away. Well, so what then? So what? Yeah, I mean, they put me here for you, didn't they? It's not like you'd be alone, even if they did decide to focus their attention on me. That's not the same. She's actually selfish. I'm not trying to say I don't like you, Huxley. I like you a lot. You're my friend. But the owner, that's something else different entirely. My friendship with you makes me happy. But you don't give my life purpose. Nobody can do that for you, Dahlia. I know you think you're made just for them, but here's the thing. You have no purpose. Nobody does. Nobody can give you one. Why is Huxley so interesting? That's the awful truth. You have to get by in life by your own will. Or just spin your wheels like I was when I just gave up. That's your own choice. But there's no pressure to live for someone else. But there's no drive outside of your own wants. And that's difficult. But it is what it is. But that can't possibly be right. It is. And how would you know anyway? You've spent your whole life just moping around, hating what you are. Just because you lack any purpose doesn't mean I do too. I should have known better than to confide in you. You don't get it because you've never been anyone's favorite. Well, I'm Whisker's favorite. For the second time in just a few minutes, Dahlia storms out of the room. Though this time it's clear she's angrier than she's upset. But at the very least, Huxley stood his ground this time. Dahlia looks like she's going to go sulk over tea in the kitchen, so you feel safe in leaving them alone while you get back to work. As long as she isn't at his throat, she can be mad all she likes. Oh wow, today you finished your cane for Huxley. Rather than draw attention to it, you left it in the foyer for him to find. You're excited to see his reaction. He carefully picks up the cane. It's not a perfect recreation, but one you took a little bit more time with. Tiny relief carvings spiral down the cane. They aren't detailed, since scale is a difficult factor for you, but they were chosen with care. Stars in simple comedy and tragedy masks are the main motive you chose. The masks feature prominently on the metal handle as well. It's certainly more ornate than before, but you used the same initial medallion as before as the inlay. A careful reconstruction of the original gift, with a little extra love put into it to make up for the loss of the first. He holds it with his arms, standing there in quiet thought before he breaks the silence. You're probably around, right? Right. There you are. Jeez, I've just realized I don't really know how to talk to you. Especially since I've been avoiding you. You had to have noticed that. No, I didn't. No, JK. Sorry about that, and thanks for this. I really didn't think you'd care about me at all. True. Since it'd be pretty easy for you to just think of me as some object for your entertainment. But you surprised me. Don't think I'll be dressing up all swanky to match this thing, though. It'll be for knocking stuff off shelves and helping me up the stairs, and that's it. Oh, not her. Dahlia steps down the stairs, frowning as she looks at the conspicuous cane in the foyer. Huxley's initial joviality clears right up at seeing how she's looking at it. Ah, that cane. I suppose I should keep my distance then. What do you mean? It's not like you'd break it a second time. I told you that was an accident. You're still trying that, huh? I guess I didn't mean to imply you wouldn't break it again out of the goodness of your heart anyway. You only wouldn't break it because you got in trouble for it the first time. And I suppose you had the time of your life with me locked away in there then, didn't you? Not having to deal with me encroaching on your time with Whisker or the owner. Perhaps I should worry of how you might think of ways to get rid of me for longer than that. You're just trying to get a rise out of me now. How so? It's the truth. Unless you think everything I do should be about you too. I am the only one who hasn't been acting that way over you after all, so I would understand your confusion. Why are you so jealous of me? Why is she so jealous of him, indeed? There's nothing to be jealous of. The owner is only giving you attention because you're a novelty. You're new and they'll get bored of you. Shut up. And even if they do, whatever. Whisker's my friend. I thought you were too, but whatever. One is plenty for me. At least he cares about me. You never care about anyone but yourself. True. Whisker quietly enters the room, having heard the commotion and his name being used. He looks especially worried. That's not true. I care about the owner. Fuck you. Or else this wouldn't even matter to me. Because they care about me too. Oh yeah? And what happened to what you said before about their silence being fine with you? They can ignore you how they want as long as they aren't giving attention to anyone else. You're not sure at all about whether they care about you. You're worried you're just a toy to them. Because you put all your worth into getting their approval. You make yourself miserable, Dahlia. So stop coming up with ways to blame me for that. Neither of us control what they do. Neither of us can know for sure how they feel. Neither of us can guarantee you more than just possessions for them. So it's pointless. If you don't want to be my friend, just leave me alone. You sit in silence for a moment. But if I have to guess how this owner feels about them. Yeah, they're just toys. But like toys who they have a powerful connection to. Okay, never mind, I guess it's very confusing. Is that really how he feels about you? Even after you went out of your way to make him feel welcome? He's right about Dahlia's insecurity, but maybe he's the same. Maybe he just can't trust you. You don't like it, but it's hard to completely disregard his point of view. You aren't in the same position at all, and he knows it. Yeah, like, why can't we just put it in, like, our, like, actual house instead of the dollhouse? Surely he realizes how long you've dealt with Dahlia and her dramatic style. If you throw out all toys every time they were difficult with you, you would never have any. Dahlia returns from the kitchen. Fuck, she's going to kill him. Guys. Huxley. What do you want, Dahlia? You really don't understand a thing. You ruined everything, don't you get it? Dahlia? Dahlia holds a kitchen knife in her hand. Bro, if I was the owner, I would just pick up this girl and shatter her. It was wrong. I can admit that. Wanting friends was wrong. It should have been just us. Even Whisker doesn't need to be here. What the fuck? She's a Yanderer. Whisker is quick to flee. What the fuck? Whisker, protect my boy. He bumps into the box, knocking the lid open. He uses it for cover. You're acting nuts. If you want the cane so bad, just take it. I just won't have anything. It's better than whatever this is. I don't want the stupid cane. I just want things to be like they were. Dahlia, please, you're scaring me. Stop hurting my boy, bro. You begin to reach in for Dahlia. But she lunges before you can come even close. Fuck. I don't want to read this because I am actually not comfortable with what Daya is doing, but I'm going to read anyway. You're doing it on purpose, going on and on about how much it doesn't matter to you, about how you aren't even trying. It just comes so easy to you, doesn't it? Why you worry and try and actually care about what happens? You just mope until everything gets handed to you. Shut up, Dahlia. You do the same. I'm not, please. I'll just go. I'll ask them to take me out of here. Seriously, as she's chatting, we could have already picked her up. That's not good enough. I need to know that you won't come back. I fucking hate her so much. How is she so selfish? Did you guys know I prefer the Huxley ending? Because I just don't approve of this. Dahlia. She's like so stupid. At least he's like calm and everything. Oh no. I picked this ending because I wanted to be like nicer to Huxley, but I just noticed this proud about him, his death. Oh no. With the knife swinging, there isn't much you can do but wait. That's not fucking true. You can just get cut in his place. At least he wouldn't fucking die. He stopped moving early into the attack. She even tore out his string and tossed it across the room. Now that he had been able to use it to get away. What the fuck? How dare you do this to my dear Huxley? You fucking monster. You monster. He's barely recognizable as the puppet you chose by the time she stands up over him. His rubber hand was split right up the middle and now lays splayed on the ground like open butterflies' wings. Wow, that's a fucking terrible, whatever. It's like each half of his face is a mask, each displaying a different emotion held in his final moments. Where's the cane? Is there any footage of the cane? Bro, I seriously feel really bad for Huxley. He didn't do anything wrong. His lining is shredded, but his lining is shredded, but never mind. His lining is shredded, his stuffing tossed every which way. He's beyond salvaging. This girl, you weren't always so bad. So sorry about this. You step away from the dollhouse. How did things go so wrong so quickly? I am a terrible owner. You need to find something to put Dahlia in. You can leave her in there, but you don't want to pick her up when she's acting like this. The knife is decisive and exactly to you, but you don't doubt she would stick right through your hand if you gave her the chance. So what's the problem? At least Huxley wouldn't die. Why am I so selfish too? No wonder she's like this. Assuming she didn't go for a vein instead. You'll find a jar that should be about the right size and grab a large paintbrush to shove her into it with and return to the dollhouse. I would actually throw her in the trash. You're met with a burning smell and the sight of smoke exiting the windows. You find Dahlia sitting in the attic. In the brief time you were away, she set the room ablaze. Why couldn't you just be nice and have a happy ending with Huxley? You can smell some sort of accelerant. It makes me wonder if she put some thought into this before, about what she would do. Oh, so she actually planned it. It occurs to you to attempt to scoop her into the jar, but fire is already creeping up the sides of her dress, of her hair. I actually want to leave her, but let me just save. Leave her. Huxley was right in a way. She's in a hell of her own making. And never has it been so clear as now when you see her being taken by the flames. Cracks form from the heat and her clothes and hair burn away. You look away. You start to think there was never a possibility of either of you being happy in this arrangement. It's both a punishment and a mercy to let her burn. You leave to grab a pitcher of water for the fire. The scale is small and fully contained, The only damage is to the dollhouse. What about Huxley? Can't you save him? Actually, I am 100% sure you could. Because, he's not like her who is made of glass. He could actually recover. But this game is sad. Still, you move your paint thinners and repair supplies off of your table and spreads down the surface with water to catch any stray embers. And you wait. Don't put out the fire until you're sure she has been reduced to nothing more than porcelain debris. You take some responsibility for the situation. After all, it was your townhouse. You were in charge of it. But things were clearly beyond any redemption. You're not sure when you'll be up to it, but you just have to start over fresh. A new home, maybe new toys, and you'll be sure your control is known to be undefiable so that this never happens again. And in 26? The doll maker, the monster maker. Are you fucking kidding me? 26 endings? Nice. Okay, let's fucking save her. The dollhouse is definitely ruined. Huxley and Whisker are beyond saving. Why? Just fucking save. Horrible as she has been, she's the only thing left. You reach into the dollhouse with your tools and scoop the burning doll into the jar. It's lucky for her that you chose a glass container, or you wouldn't have even had the option. You hurry her into the bathroom. Actually, speaking of which, I need to go to the bathroom. The lid held over the jar to try to keep the smoke from escaping. It's not quite enough to smother the fire. Yo, I don't remember this. You finally bring her to the sink and turn on the faucet, drenching her and filling the container with water. I don't remember this being here. By the time you've done all of this, her cotton clothing has been ruined. Her wolf-wafted hair has easily burned away. It's better this way. She'll be punished by staying alive. Her paper flowers are only ashes in the water. She's naked. She's naked, guys. Sorry. And charred and unrecognizable. This didn't exist. I swear, this footage didn't exist. Back when I, played the game. But she's alive. Try as she might to convince you otherwise by sinking emotionally to the bottom of the jar. You have to remake her. The damage is extensive. Why did I remake Huxley? He was my dearest. But she's a monster of your own making. You breathe new life into her, and hopefully this time you'll get it right. Ending 2A, the Princess Ash battle. Oh, actually, it's not 26 endings. I think I got it wrong. I think it was like 2B. A portrait. A painting of Huxley to put on the wall in the dollhouse. A portrait of a sad clown is already a classic piece of decor, so it wouldn't look particularly out of place. But more importantly, it should make Huxley really feel at home by showing him he's a part of the household now. It's something special and unmistakably his. I really need to use the bathroom. You get to work right away. Over the next couple of days, you leave the dollhouse alone to work diligently on the portrait for Huxley. You imagine he would like some time without you roaming over the house after what happened before. I would actually love to, I won't say it right now. However, you know that before you can present him with his portrait, you have to try to get things back to normal within the house. It's time to check on Dahlia. You find her lying on her bed. Okay. Yeah, okay. Also. Okay, whatever. Let's go. You find the conversation. Okay, same things. Okay, yeah, it is the same. Hold up. I would rather pick the, it's crazy how much favoritism can make people, do the self-defense. Oh wow, today you finished your portrait for Huxley. Rather than draw attention to it, you left it in the foyer for him to find. You're excited to see his reaction. The portrait sits in its frame, resting on the box he arrived in, that the two have taken to using as a clutter catching table. You didn't think it would be a good idea to hang it, since then they might feel obligated to keep it wherever you first placed it. True. You want him and Dahlia to find a good place for it in the house. Oh, it's so cute. I think the creator didn't really have bad intentions behind. Even though, it it was like a disaster. Right now though, Huxley simply stares out at it, eyes tracing over the colorful painting. You originally had intended to make it his resting expression, the classic sad clown painting, but you instead decided to base the portrait's expression on the passive smile he often gave, seeing in his moments of cautious optimism. You feel it represents him more truly that way. He eventually looks up from the picture, turning his head to look around the ceiling as the toys tended to do when unsure of your presence. Do I have to say it looks like, when you look at heaven and you're probably around, right? Right, there you are. Geez, I've just realized I don't really know how. Okay. I also don't think I didn't notice you trying to pretty me up in the picture. It's an awfully generous take on me. Oh, Huxley's so cute. I wish this was like a longer game, or I don't know, I could actually have a Huxley. Huxley's, oh man. There isn't quite room for it down here though. I suppose if we are to keep it in the attic, we'll have to take down one of my pictures. She is so freaking selfish. Nah, why not huck it in the attic since you don't want to see it anyway? Huxley plays right along with Dahlia's comments rather than trying to placate her. Oh, that's really sad. You worry about how that will go over. I don't dislike it, but do you expect me to be excited about it? Though I suppose you're quite pleased with yourself. This is my house and even I don't have a portrait in it. But you show up and, well, it's fitting there should be a picture of you here now and not one of me. Maybe the owner will give me a miniature violin to play for you next. Oh, so suddenly you understand my feelings. Or perhaps you've already made up your mind about how I should feel and you're just directing me? You're just trying to get a rise out of me now. How so is the truth? Unless you think everything I do should be about you too. And the only one who hasn't been acting that way. Okay. OMG, she's actually jealous and she can't admit it. It's I hate people who can't admit to something obvious. It's somebody is eating an apple and bro, you're eating an apple. And the person says how dare you say I am eating an apple? It's so fucking dumb. Oh, bro. Okay. Damn, Huxley has a lot to say. Okay, so that was the difference. I don't want to see any more of this. I really don't like that ending. Oh, nope. No. How do I load again? Wait, how do I actually... Wait, what? What should I do here? Oh, load. Okay, now I know bad. Right, he's still... Right, he's still sleeping on the rickety old metal frame in the attic that's been in there for years. You're sure he could use something more comfortable? I think she's really selfish in a point where she would be angry at anything, even his basic rights. You're sure he could use something more comfortable? And on top of that, you can customize it to be more suitable for him. Perhaps it will look nice with some bright colors and a star relief carving on the headboard. Maybe Badnog Maybe bad knobs that look like circus sea lions balancing a ball on their nose. Oh, the idea is ambitious, but your mind is already racing with ideas. You decide you had better get to work right away. Over the next couple of days, you'll leave the dollhouse alone to work diligently on the bed for Huxley. You imagine he would like some time without you looming over the house after what happened before. However, you know that before you can present him with his bed, you have to try to get things back to normal. Okay, let's keep all of this. He approaches the bed, reaching out to touch the headboard, as though to check if it was real. Oh, you feel a sense of pride in the little piece of furniture being carved out of real wood. It's not some cheap plastic diorama piece from a craft store. Guys, do you believe me if I say the ending where I pick to favor Dahlia is better than this one? Clearly, he notices just how much work is put into it. He sits on the edge of the bed, testing out the springiness of the mattress. It's definitely better than the old one in the attic. It's only your hope that he would feel more at home this way. It's a big piece of furniture that can easily be ignored, and his style is all over it. Like Dahlia's imposing four-poster bed, Huxley's is meant to display he has a very permanent place in the house, and it's all his. You're probably around, right? Right, there you are. Geez, I've just realized I don't really know how to. Okay. Sorry about that, and thanks for this. I really didn't think you would care about me at all. I actually think this is the nicest reply he's given, since it'd be pretty easy for you to just think of me as some object for your entertainment. But you surprised me. Also, I'm not lugging this thing up the stairs by myself. Now you are. Sorry, Huxley, I am a selfish creator. You have to move it. No. Why does she always fucking ruin the fun? I know it's like a mirror playing the same scene, but still. Huxley's niche. Oh, what is this? It's taking up the whole doorway. Huxley gets back up off the bed where he was sitting. I don't think it's going to stay here. It's probably for the attic. Right, the attic. I suppose we just dismantled the old one to make room for the new one. Huxley doesn't respond to that. He likely knows it holds a secondary meaning in her eyes. I suppose I'll have to do it myself too, since you can't really help with that. Bro, you're just trying to get a rise out of me now. Bro, how is she so mean to him? He's really not doing anything wrong to her. Maybe to us. I don't know. But not her. How so? It's what? Oh. Okay, here we go again. Is there anything new? Oh shit. Shut the fuck up, Dahlia. Don't do this shit again. Okay, guys. Nope. And how is oh no the only thing I can do in this situation? Is so awful. Oh, the soundtrack. I didn't really pay attention to it. How do I unload? How can I fucking load? No. How do I load? Here. What the hell is going on? Here. I know you're there. Quit ignoring me. No, fuck you, Dahlia. You're doing this on purpose. You're just trying to upset me. She's being so okay. We've seen this. Okay, I think it's basically the same. Okay. So what about this? Wait, no. I wanna load. No. Yes. I wish I did. I could not help. Okay. Okay, so let's do the other route. Dahlia remains the favorite. You still feel Huxley is better suited as something of a distraction for Dahlia. Flawed little thing that she is, you wouldn't have kept her this long if you didn't have some attachment to her. True, especially with how poorly she gets along with other toys. She's quite lucky that even though she's so much trouble, you have quite a sentimental view of her. You know, it's true. Hopefully the clown learns his place with time and stops bringing down the mood for her. Yo. I mean, I guess he can be a bit mean sometimes. If not, you could always make some adjustments. Huh? What? What? But nothing can last forever. It's clear enough the honeymoon phase. What? It's coming to an end by the argument you find already in progress when you check on the house today. See, bro, this is the true route. Bro, the creator even says honeymoon. It's so canon. By the way, I think I'll try and search what the true ending is, if there even is one. When you check on the house today. Huxley, you've picked out our game 3 times in a row. We're going to play what I want to today. You literally offered to let me choose. You can say you don't care what we play and then take it back because you don't like what I picked. But didn't she say he just picked 3 times? Guys, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Hold up. Okay guys, I'm back. So it was like, okay, I'm not going to give too much information again. I didn't know you were going to pick the worst one when I said that. The worst one? You seemed fine with it the other day. But fine, let's play this one instead. You're like parlor detective, don't you? Are you serious? I'm just more in the mood for a word game. So you had a specific game in mind. I didn't realize which one I wanted until now. It's not as though I planned to argue with you. Could have fooled me. You're so sour, Huxley. I'll get the game set up while you're over there sulking. I actually like this. As I said, I like this route more. Because, for Dahlia, nothing changes. So it's like she's just being pampered like she's always been. And Huxley, he's the best, like always. You feel better once we start playing. Hey, Whisker, what do you make of this? The rabbit looks up from his place on the little pet bed on the floor. He seems uneasy at being addressed in the middle of their tiff. Whisker doesn't even talk, Huxley. I know you're playing some joke. Whisker, do you think Dahlia already started the game without me? I'm still setting it up. Because I'm starting to think we're playing charades, or ESP tester, or maybe just mind games. I don't think expecting you to take me at my word requires you to be psychic. The only funny thing about this is how silly you're acting over some board games. It's funny you say that, Dahlia, because you took some other things very seriously. But I can actually, I get it. I get why she got so psychologically affected. Because they had an argument, and instead of me actually letting them solve their problem, I fucking locked her away in a fucking room for like decades. And she probably decided as she was stuck there that she would murder my dear boy Huxley. Yeah, well, maybe you're not in the mood for your kind of game. So you're pitching a fit over not getting your way? Huh, that's rich. No, if you just said what you wanted from the beginning, you wouldn't care. Honestly, if you wanted to watch paint dry and you were serious about it, that'd be fine by me. But I'd rather drink paint than get jerked around. Then enjoy the taste of your new colors. I'm not in the mood to play anymore. Dahlia shoves the little leather tabs and the game board back into the box she had been removing them from. Even Huxley looks a bit surprised at this reaction, but primarily he looks irritated. I feel really bad for Huxley because he already looks very depressed. But in this route, where Dahlia is our favorite, he gets, he's already depressed and we are just not helping. It's odd to see him so worked up. Though he has been more lively since Dahlia helped him. I'm sorry, I just remembered something. Get back on his feet. It's rare to see him feel so strongly about anything. Wow, he's really stressed. The general state of ennui he carries himself with leaves little room for such emotional outburst. Oh yeah, because he's always like calm and depressed and smart. But I guess he doesn't like to be like underestimated or like disrespected. Not beyond a sarcastic remark anyway. So seeing him like this is a little worrisome. Once the game is put away, Dahlia moves to push him along toward the door, meeting resistance when she does. What are you doing? We're not going to be playing anything now, so I want some time to myself. She is actually selfish. Oh, but like, I feel really bad for Huxley. He's like so sad. Why couldn't they just kiss, fall in love? Get out of my room. How mature of you, Miss Dahlia. Really befitting a lady of your caliber. Out. I like how in this version she doesn't have the cursed eyes. Which is, better. And I also think Huxley being the one being mistreated fits him better, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. The clown finally exits the room and she slams the door behind him. With him gone, she sighs and presses her back to the door. It takes her a few moments, but she gathers herself and straightens out her dress and then her hair. When she looks around and sees Whisker is no longer in the room either, she sits down on her bed and takes up her diary and pen from her I swear, I can't count on anyone to just be civil. She begins to write, but like, I think this way she's acting right now, and like this routine is just the thing, the normal, it's just the normal for her. So when we were treating Huxley better, we just took away this normal from her all of a sudden. So I get it. You decide to leave her to her personal writing. The next morning you decide to check in on the dollhouse to make sure things have cooled off from the day before. Dahlia is waiting in the kitchen, presumably for the other toys. She seems to be lost in thought. The distant look leaves her face when Huxley enters the room. You can tell by his expression he's wary of what she might say to him. Presumably, they haven't spoken since their fight. It's probably good that you're here to watch them just in case. Me being here would make zero difference, from last time. Good morning, Dahlia. His tone is flat, cautious perhaps. Good morning, Huxley. Dahlia's greeting is cheaper, her tone sing-song as though she doesn't even recall the fight before. The clown is caught off guard for a moment by this, but regains his composure. I was just waiting to make breakfast. I assume Whisker won't be joining us, but that's alright. I'll leave out some leftovers for him. What will we be having today? You're leaving it to me to choose? Oh, sorry, I wasn't asking you. She must mean you then. Oh, so this is like when I chose to build the gift. Let me just save. It doesn't make... Wait, hold up. It doesn't make much of a difference, but it is an alternative. Crepes, oatmeal. I'm gonna be silent for this. Dahlia and Huxley wait in silence for your answer. At first you're worried that they'll just stand there until you do something. But Huxley is finally the one to break the stillness in the kitchen by looking aside at Dahlia. Maybe they're not there. Perhaps. I thought for certain they would come see us today, though. Let's wait a little bit longer. I'll just make myself some toast, if that's alright. Are you sure? I'm not sure of what I'll make, but it will definitely be better than just plain toast. I really like how she's really loyal to us and all. I guess we actually ruined it for her last time. Talia says this as though to tempt him, but it's clear from her tone she's displeased with his attempts to avoid whatever decision she expects you to make about the food. He seems to catch on to this too. Alright, I guess we'll wait. It's likely only to avoid another argument like before, but in a way you're relieved to see him settling into Dolly's routine. True. How can you tell me when they're here anyway? You asked so readily. Oh, I ask every day. You usually sleeping. You usually sleeping though, Mr. Lazy Bones. Lazy no bones? Yeah, well, I was having trouble sleeping, so I'm up early. Oh, let's have some chamomile. Help. Oh, let's have some chamomile tea before bed tonight then. I sure you sleep well then. Yeah. For now, I'll just brew us some coffee while we wait. You like coffee, don't you? Sure. Even if you didn't, you sound like you need it today, huh? Just sit at the table. He does as she tells him while she goes to put the kettle on the stove. You're glad she has someone else to direct her neediness at, in a way. Okay, so this route is the best one. We can actually treat her like we always used to, and she treats him a bit better, right? But at the same time, it would be depressing to watch them waiting around for you to do something. They seem like they're getting along in the loosest sense of the word, so you leave them alone for now. Hopefully, Dahlia gets impatient and makes them some food. But you're sure, even if she doesn't, Huxley will just sneak something to eat later. Bro, he clearly isn't a fan of you, and your opinion isn't something he'd wait around all day for. Like Dahlia. Poor Huxley, he has to suffer because I chose to stay silent. Your hopes that the toys wouldn't need much more supervision to keep getting along turned out to be a little too optimistic. You find yourself regularly checking in on them when you hear arguments breaking out in the dollhouse. Despite Huxley's originally harsh demeanor toward Dahlia when she would snap at him, you find he's becoming more and more upset by these developments. Oh, so he's getting angrier and angrier because she keeps getting angry at him. You never really took him for the emotional type. You're not sure what to make of it, but Talia is convinced that he has only crocodile tears for her. What's that? Even so, you find yourself worried about the state of the dollhouse if they continue to bicker this way. Also, like she doesn't take it seriously. You only brought Huxley in as a way to keep her entertained and to provide her some company that would actually talk to her. But you're starting to wonder if that was the right decision. No, bro, not my Huxley. The mood in the house has become inhospitable, and you sometimes find yourself considering separating the two by adding an extra wall to divide the dollhouse. That's actually a good solution, but that would hardly be a practical solution. Like every other day, you find yourself checking on the dollhouse when it becomes too quiet. You need to see what the two inside are up to. You see Dahlia is currently having some tea in the kitchen by herself. She seems fairly content, but you did hear another fight earlier. Okay guys, so you know why I like this ending more than the other one? Well, I think it's consistent. It has a slightly better, I guess both end up snapping for no reason, but I like the way this one goes better. I don't know, it just looks a bit more the way it would actually go, and the ending scene is really beautiful. I don't know why, I just find it beautiful. You see, Dahlia is currently having some tea in the kitchen by herself. She seems fairly content, but you did hear another fight earlier. You check the attic for Huxley next, expecting to find him moping by himself after another rough day. But he's not here. What is he doing there? You watch in silence. Whisker rests on the pet bed in the room, and his head turns to look at the clown as he crosses the room. Huxley brings an arm up to his own face and mimes a shushing noise. Mimes. A little difficult to do without fingers, but the rabbit seems to understand. Oh, bro, I don't know. I think I might be the only one who has really gotten attached to this clown He lays his head back down, and Huxley continues across the room. He lingers at the bookshelf, bending down to examine the spine of each entry there. He checks the board games as well. Not finding what he's looking for, he heads to the dresser next. His eyes wander over the basket of flowers and the clutter of small desk items Dahlia keeps there. A little notepad with a list of chores and repairs to be made sits on top. He leaves through this but drops it back in place once he sees how mundane its contents are. His lips tighten in discomfort. He slowly opens the first drawer of the dresser. He shuts it much more quickly than he opened it. Okay. OMG. I really wish they had like an actual cute story. At least you can be sure he wasn't looking for the contents of that one. Why not? He opens the next one and this time reaches inside Dahlia's diary. He closes the drawer and leaves the room, heading right back up to the attic with his findings. Whisker gives a worried frown from his position on the bed. This is a bad idea. I don't think it is. The lock on the diary is a minor obstacle. He simply uses a small knife from the kitchen to cut it as close to where it attaches to the book as possible. It can just be glued back into place. Huxley opens the book and sets it out on one of the dusty boxes so that he can more easily read it and turn the pages. His touch is careful, aware of how suspicious it would be for any of the diary's pages to be ripped. You know, another reason why this ending seems like the most pleasant one, it has more special scenes like this, you know. It looks like the canon one for me, because on the other one it's like very much more shallow than this one. At least it looks like it. I mean, not entirely, but you know, though he notices right away some of the older ones are missing. You originally had taken those out for Dahlia, but now you're glad you did for an entirely different reason. You never thought about other toys snooping. XXX, 19XX, Dear Diary. Whoa, it's actually very old. I can't seem to find my journal, so we'll be starting fresh. But it is a lovely day for such fresh starts. Rose finished another painting today for the foyer. The results are beautiful. She's such a talent with paint. I wish that I could make anything half us. Half us what? I can at least say I provide something in return since I'm working lovely. On a new dress for her. What? I do hope that she likes it. I think she's okay. I've asked for some flowers to put up some arrangements around the house. Since Rose paints so many flowers, I'm sure she would like some for her still lives as well. I'm not sure why you're not bothering though with how difficult she's been lately. It seems like she disagrees with me just for the sake of it. Even on the littlest thing. I'm not going to say anything to her about it. Okay. I think the mobile version is not entirely optimized, but it's pretty good. Honestly, I think she's jealous of me. It's the only thing I can think of. Rose used to be so sweet, but now it's like walking on glass to be around her. Or is it actions? Either way, she needs to stop picking fights with me. Our owner is only excited by her because she's something new enough to still be a novelty. It's the same. It's like the same. If she thinks that means she's better than me. Okay, I couldn't see. A crude drawing of a doll's head with wind blowing one ear and out the other. Towards the next page. A couple after that are removed. Oh, we're actually removing the toys. I'm terribly lonely here. I think the owner sent Rose away due to my complaints. I haven't seen her in days and they won't answer me as to her whereabouts. Well, at least they didn't kill Rose, right? Or has it been weeks? I'm not sure anymore. I suppose it can have been days since I'm having difficulty remembering exactly when we last spoke. Even picturing her face, why is she so forgetful? I wish she had left behind some self-portraits. I miss her dearly. Actually, she might have done something and forgot. Huxley frowns and skips ahead past many pages of mundane daily goings on around the empty house. They range from truthfully recountings of craft projects to desperate letters to no one, expounding on her loneliness. Oh, 20x. So it's not 20 and 10, it's like 29 to like below. A new home with new faces. I was able to bring a few things with me, but it feels quite frightening all the same. Luckily, Lucille has been a very gracious host. She shares everything with me with an eagerness that tells me she has been as lonely as I have in these past years. Though I don't enjoy sleeping in the attic, it's cool. Oh, it's rather eerie up here. I feel terribly out of place. Maybe if I wish hard enough, I'll return to the home I know. Huxley eyes. What? Huxley eyes the old bed frame that now holds his own bed. I had just assumed Dahlia had always lived here and it was her home. Oh. Wait, did we replace the old bed with his own bed, or is it like the same old bed? 20x, dear diary, Lucille is not what I thought she was. She's so cruel when she wants to be. Today we sat on the roof together to see the stars. She pushed me. The owner doesn't believe me. They replaced the arm that was damaged, but my face can't quite be restored. My eye. I feel so broken beyond that though. Perhaps I'm just very unlucky, but nothing ever quite works out in my favor. If I can convince the owner of what Lucille did, perhaps they'll actually do something. But until then, I think I'll just be avoiding her. Lest I say something that would further prevent any sort of... Okay, she deserved it. They wouldn't have done that if she didn't. I think I killed her. The puppet stares at the page, chewing his lip and looking deep in thought. He lives through the next quiet stage of Dahlia's life until he finds another name. Oh, 21x. After so long, the owner has gifted me new friends. Holy shit, I've been with her for 20 fucking years. Theodore and Whisker are a delightful little pair. Oh shit, I would never say so to them, but I'm a little disappointed that the owner didn't think to bring me a doll like myself. But Theodore is still a kindly gentleman, even if he is rather fuzzy, and Whisker knows so many tricks, such an agile little thing. I'm sure we're going to get along grandly. This section seems to be missing the most pages. There are areas where even Dahlia writes about her frustration with her diary being tampered with, and how often she finds herself confused about past events the other toys discuss with her. Eventually, Huxley finds in the newer pages that Theodore's name simply isn't mentioned again, not even in a memoir fashion, as when Dahlia lamented the loss of her initial friend. Huxley finds the more recent entries as he seeks the point where he initially arrived. I wonder if the ending where she gets burnt and we rebuild her is the same thing that happened before. But I still like to think of this ending we're having here as the most official one because it looks like it is. Huxley finds the more recent entries as he seeks the point where he initially arrived. 2020x. Finally a friend. A new friend who might be as sad as me, but at least he speaks. At least he's not only me now. At least I can look at his face and recognize him. I had started to think perhaps the owner hated me. They placate me with gifts, but they never let me out anymore. And I know they have other toys. I can see them from the window, working on the projects. Really, I have other toys. Only just barely. I don't always understand what I'm seeing, but I know that's what they're working with. Unknowable things, but knowable faces. If Huxley hadn't arrived, I don't know what I would have done. I was at my wit's end. But finally, things are normal again. 2020x. Huxley is a curious fellow. I rather appreciate the humor he brings to the house. Even if I wish Whisker wouldn't look at him quite so interestedly, Whisker ignores me when he can. But I'm happy to share my books and my time with Huxley. I think Whisker ignores her because, she might have something to do with Theodore dying. But I'm happy to share my books and my time with Huxley. I don't know if he understands our situation quite the same way that I do, but he likely already knows that there won't be more toys added. Okay. Oh, to this home after him. Unless one of us were to be replaced, of course, but I wouldn't let that happen. Wouldn't let either of us be replaced, or wouldn't let herself be replaced. That's something I was about to say. But I don't know, I felt like the first one. Because, yeah, the rest of this is just about things we've done together. Though she does kind of talk about me like she thinks I'm stupid or something. Huxley frowns and finally closes the diary. He obviously is not comfortable with her, not treating him seriously or with, giving respect. This was a waste of time. Even though he sees all the press and stuff, he actually has pride. And now I have to fix the strap too. I remember seeing some glue in Dahlia's scrapbooking supplies. I'll just use that. He leaves the attic to return the book to its original hiding place in the bedroom. Dahlia is already there. Why are you acting like that, Whisker, you funny little bunny? You've never tried to play with my things before. Now give my hairbrush back. Come. Huh? Huxley tries haphazardly to hide the book behind his loose leaves. Oh, hey Dahlia. Hello Huxley, did you need something? No, it was really quiet up in the attic. Oh, isn't it always though? She smiles, amused by what sounds to her like a very silly excuse to come find her. I was just brushing my hair until Whisker stole my brush. Silly little thing. Whisker tenses as Dahlia reaches for him. He squeaks as she picks. Okay, anyways, he squeaks as she picks him up by the scruff. Dahlia, please be careful. Actually, he didn't say please. Dahlia, be careful. That looks really uncomfortable for him. Oh, he's just being dramatic. He always is when I pick him up. She tugs on the brush in Whisker's paws. Huxley finally catches on to why the rabbit is acting so strange. Because she's a murderer? He tries to inch closer to the dresser while Dahlia is occupied with Whisker. Is it because she's a murderer or because he's trying to help? The book slides right out of his grip and onto the floor when he tries to lean over toward the dresser. Oh shit. Dahlia drops Whisker, her eyes trailing right down to where her diary lies on the floor. She looks stunned, but only for a moment. What are you doing? Dahlia, that's my private writing. What's wrong with you? Coming into my room and stealing things, you horrible creature. I had a reason, okay? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. What reason could you possibly have for rifling through my drawers and violating my privacy? I share everything with you, Huxley. I should at least have my own thoughts to myself. Wow, she actually has so much. And she still acts like it's some kind of great thing to be sharing. I wanted to know what was going on in your head. You've been getting really mean with me lately. So I thought, I'll just see what I was doing wrong. If it was me or you, or if I was doing something that was upsetting you. I should have just talked to you about it. At least Huxley actually understands his mistakes. She doesn't. You're accusing me of being mean when you've stolen from me. And just how have I mistreated you, Huxley? This is my home and I'm sharing it with you. Damn, creator, please separate them right now. Create a house for Aurora Huxley. I make you food and I play games with you. I even fixed you. Actually, it was the creator, kind of. I wasn't broken, you know. And that's part of it. You do things for me, but then you act like I owe you. Like you're counting how many favors you've given me to turn in later. You know, he's actually right. That's not like a good thing to do when you're being nice to people. Plus, you get so angry about everything. If it doesn't go your way, sorry. Plus, you get so angry about everything if it doesn't go your way. I don't want to feel like I have to watch every little thing I say or you get upset. You have an awful attitude, Huxley. What am I supposed to say? Being upset by your rude behavior isn't unreasonable. Disagreeing with you isn't rude. So is stealing not rude either? I already apologized. And if the things I do for you make you feel so awful, then I don't think I should do anything for you anymore. You ingrate. You're being ridiculous about this. Coming from a clown. Maybe you're right. Maybe you weren't broken before like I thought. Maybe you're just made wrong in the first place. Dahlia is such a fuck. Dahlia cups her hands around her mouth and looks up at the ceiling. Like in both routes, she treats him so horribly. OMG. Like, in Huxley's route, he doesn't do anything bad to her. Nothing. Guys, I'm gonna pause the streaming real quick and come back real quick. Okay guys, I'm back. Let's go again. You can take your spring back. We don't want it anymore. Holy shit, she's so terrible. The true villain. Dahlia. Get rid of it. Get it out of my house. Stop it. Huxley shoves Dahlia backwards, causing her to stumble. Oh, I feel really terrible. I feel really bad for Huxley. He's always treated so bad. Like, bro, last time he was just literally being happy for receiving kindness once in his life. And here she's like just... Bro. He's just being treated like shit again. She trips over Whisker, who scurries to try to get out of the way. There's a quiet crack when she hits the ground. Huxley stares at her with her eyes wide. I didn't mean... You decide you've seen enough. No, Huxley's scared of me, no. You scoop the crown out of the dollhouse. As Dahlia... Guys, help. Wait, hold up. Sorry, this is not funny. You scoop the crown out of the dollhouse as Dahlia picks herself back up. You can see her limp as she steps forward. Likely some minor leg damage. You have to fix that. As for Huxley, clearly giving him equal footing with Dahlia in the home was a mistake. Holy shit, he's going to become a fucking doggo-one. Oh. You carefully tear out the sections of fabric that keep the spring in place in the puppet's body. Once it's done, you set the metal piece aside. I ain't such shit. It's what she asked for, after all. And in this case, you're inclined to agree with her. No, I ain't fucking not. You gently place Huxley back into the dollhouse. His breathing is heavy and his body trembles as he lies on the floor, unwilling to get back up just yet. Bro, he was scared of us and we just fucking took his legs off. Ah, holy shit. He's so sensitive about any sort of contact with you. Beautiful, really. I ain't shit. OMG. At this point, I get it. I get why he feels so awful. What the heck? Dahlia didn't... Bro, actually, never mind. I think everybody has their limits. Dahlia brushes off her dress and frowns down at him on the ground. He looks back at her with glossy eyes. Dahlia. Huxley's expression betrays the level of hurt he's feeling. Even beyond the physical change, there's clear and incredible deep betrayal in his eyes. Yeah, I know what that means, like, you're feeling even more awful than the expression can convey. Oh, poor Huxley. Once you got by without it before. But since you think my input doesn't matter anymore, there's no reason to keep using the thing I decided to give you, right? You figure something out all by yourself. Unless you decide to take back what you said and plead with me for forgiveness. Bro, what she says is so unbelievable. I just can't help but laugh. Huxley's expression darkens and he goes quiet. The silence hangs thickly in the air, stifling the mood in the room. Whisker looks uneasy despite the look not being directed at him. He's quick to leave the room. Well, Dahlia, if you really think you're right about this, your face isn't the only thing that's cracked. The doll's eyes widen and she shoots the clown an incredulous, infuriated look. Is that so? I guess I'll be taking the attic back as well. You came with a loan anyway, didn't you? You can sleep in that box. How about you give me your bed instead? Oh, sorry. How about you give me your bed instead, since you have to sleep in mine if you want to keep me out of it? You're so ridiculous. I thought we were friends, but your jealousy clearly is too much for you to overcome. It's such a pity. Ah, jealousy. This girl, bro. This is not even jealousy. He just literally can't. Why couldn't you just play nicely, Huxley? I was playing nice. That was my mistake. Just watch yourself if you're thinking about getting mean with me, Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn? Bro, I can't believe she just said that. How dare you call my baby Harley Quinn? You know our other friend would be quick to punish you if you raised a hand to me. Oh, even my dog cried. Oh, that's really sad. Huxley's eyes searched the room, passing over the ceiling, the windows. Oh, he's so nervous about it. It's so sad. He knows you're watching, which he should. You don't want him getting any ideas, considering you already had to confiscate the spring. Confiscate the spring. Bro, this is so fucking terrible. How am I so terrible? Seriously, if I were the owner, I would burn myself. And just like that, he seems to lose all energy. You're right. It's pointless. So why don't you just go crawl in your box? Guys, this is not even a joke. Like, people are treated like this, actually. I actually relate to Huxley, sadly. Oh, poor Huxley though. Poor Huxley. Huxley says nothing as he leaves the room, having to pull himself along on the floor. Oh. It's so sad he's not receiving kindness enough. When he reaches the stairs, Whisker at least helps him along once he's sure Dahlia can see. Dahlia, on the other hand, is looking pleased with herself despite the edge of sourness still affecting her mood. Honestly, can you believe the nerve of him? I do so much for him and he decides to treat me like this in my own home. Clearly, he forgot whose house this is. This is really sad because it was supposed to be their house, not her. I shouldn't have expected much sense from a clown anyway. Thank you for looking out for me. I knew you would. We've been through so much together. I love you, my dear. I think we have some kind of doll complex. This is even darker. I really feel bad for my baby. When you check on Huxley, he really has returned to his box, curled up inside, much like when you first put him in the house. But much darker. You imagine that he'll get over his mood with enough time. How can I imagine it? Like, am I fucking stupid? How can I imagine something so impossible? Hopefully he comes back out with a new attitude as well. You expected a little better when you chose him, honestly. No, I didn't. I like him the way he is. In any case, you're glad that the little problem don't call it a problem has been taken care of. Please don't call him a problem. Later in the evening, a surprisingly loud sound draws your attention back to the dollhouse. Finally. Okay, let's see. Let's save. I'm sorry. I think saying finally is too harsh. You check the foyer first, but really, the story is just all negative. There's no good thing you can take from this. The large mirror near the attic door remains intact. Shit. Huxley doesn't seem to be in the box anymore. Oh, depression in the box. He must have snuck back up to the attic to sleep. Oh, bro, it's so sad. People don't take seriously the kinds of emotions they bring to other people. It's really sad because, you know, you think the way somebody is acting is not serious. The person's just okay. She's not okay. It's really sad. He doesn't seem to be present here either. And it appears the picture frame in this room also wasn't the source of the noise, as it's still in one piece. You already saw into the kitchen from the entryway, and it was completely dark, so that leaves. You decide to check the Dahlia's room. Dahlia's room. I am so confused. Though it's unlikely she does have a decorative window it would be possible to break, as well as various glass knickknacks. It looks like she's awake as well, and you see a dark shape on her bed. Closer to the bed, you realize there is something lying on the floor. Then Huxley going like, the sky is red. Get it? It's a joke. I think Huxley would get it, guys. The brass night piece. You're putting off the inevitable. Yeah, we know. You finally move the curtains on the Dahlia's bed to look in on her. Dahlia, sorry. Forget the beautiful part. This is not really. She finally broke. After 20 years. I'm sorry for saying that. I really think it's sad because I think both of them really needed to be appreciated. But this freaking game doesn't have a good ending. You're here already. I kind of expected to see you in the morning. He's really feeling terrible. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. I guess this is a little awkward for you, isn't it? Nope. You look at Dahlia's remains on the bed. One of her glass eyes rests on the comforter. You painstakingly replicated her original one after she was first damaged. Wait. Now there isn't even a face to house it. Oh, I get it. But there is a body. She's only porcelain, but somehow the side of her head completely disfigured like this still feels horribly cruel. Do you guys realize when Huxley was killed like this, we didn't care. We didn't say that it was cruel or anything, you know? So that's why I also think this ending fits a lot, because it's very cruel to Huxley. He wasn't treated very nicely, and I guess he burst somehow. You're probably still looking at her, right? I'm looking at you both. You spoiled her, You think? It's pretty awful of you to put me in this position, but maybe worse for her. Wait, what? Really? I can't imagine someone gets to be in her position without being enabled in some ways. It's true. Maybe that's why she couldn't get along with anyone before me. Bro, Huxley is so... Look at his cold eyes, just looking at the screen. As he, reads the situation and all. Oh shit, what's this? But hey, you have a new favorite now, right? Oh, I just realized he speaked on the porcelain. I was like, what the heck is this? Even if you hate me, I'm the only one now. Oh, I don't know what to think. It's like... Oh, bro, it's sad. I feel really bad for him. He never has a good ending. Or do you only like pretty little dolls? You are a pretty little doll to me, Huxley. You are. Oh, I didn't do anything to Whisker. I haven't seen him since I got the chess piece from the attic. What do you care anyway? If you liked him, you wouldn't have let Dahlia treated him like a pet. Doesn't matter now. I hope he got out. You're probably going to break me now anyway, right? Better he doesn't have to say that or see her. Ah, bro. Hey, bro. Hey. Huxley was always my favorite. Like, if I were to actually keep them, I would, take care of both in both ways. But in this case, everything is already effed, so, it would be Huxley anyways. I'm going to break him because I don't want to do the best ending before I do the worst ending. So I'm gonna break him. I love you, my Huxley, but this is just so I can finish the endings. I would never break you, IRL. You're sure it's what he wants anyway? No, he doesn't. Oh my goodness, no. No, Huxley, I love you. I'm so sorry, Huxley. You easily take the puppet out of the dollhouse and tear it in half in your hands. His fabric body shreds with minimal effort. Fuck me, I shouldn't have done this ending. I feel so terrible. Forgive me, baby. Oh my gosh, what a waste. Dahlia is beyond repair. Huxley was a... No, he's not a disaster. He's awesome. That rabbit has completely vanished. Huxley, no. I'm sorry for choosing this ending. Just for the sake of... Yo, look at our hands. You have to start it over from scratch. You don't even know if you have it in you at this point. Perhaps you avoid choosing such big egos in your next project. Fuck, not Huxley, bro. It only causes trouble when they crave to be in control, knowing you're the only one with any control here. Well, save for instances like tonight, even humans can control everything. And one day, you spoil her. Oh, bro. I feel really bad for Huxley. He's crying. He's crying. He suffered through his whole life only to meet his fate. I hate this game. How dare you do such evil to Huxley? It's really sad. I like the game, but it's so evil. It's so sad. Okay, let's do the right ending now. Yes, I keep him. Finally, you gently lift Huxley out of the dollhouse. Finally, this is the good ending. He's like confused or what? Oh, also Dahlia. It is well and truly tempting to pick the puppet up and pop his little sculpted head right off his shoulder. Not really. I wouldn't like that. I would actually hit my fucking face if I did such a thing. But what would be the point of that? You'd have nothing left, just an empty dollhouse. You're not sure how you managed to lose control of the situation so quickly. I think this is the best ending. Like, he didn't even burn the house down. He couldn't even do it if he wanted. Which is sad. I'm not sure how you managed to lose control of the situation so quickly. You were only away for a little while. You shouldn't have to watch the house for every second of every day and night to avoid these kinds of disasters. Oh, bro, I'm really happy I left this ending for last. I wouldn't want to read this and then kill this baby. You could never stop it when it happened with Dahlia. I am so confused with this name. Of course, you couldn't stop it when it happened to her either. In the end, maybe it is on you for not maintaining a better balance in the household. It is true. You can be sure. You leave the dollhouse alone for now. You may come back to check on Huxley and start the arduous task of attempting to build a connection with him. It shouldn't be impossible, even if oh help! It shouldn't be impossible, even if he is the difficult type. Dahlia was the difficult type too. It took a lot of work to get her to do as you wanted and involved a lot of compromising. Maybe too much compromising. If you hope to ever introduce new toys to the dollhouse again, you have to hope you've learned from your mistakes with her. The clown caught you off guard this time, but you'll soon be in control once more. Ending won't be your new favorite. He sure is. I love Huxley. Okay, so I guess that was it. I mean, mostly I'm gonna do some extras, but like, let me comment on this. This game is sad. It makes me sad because every ending ends with sadness. I mean, if you look at like the logo of this game, there is like a doll guy and a doll girl, but the ending is not like this. It's just two people trying to kill each other. And I can understand why Huxley like did it. And I can also kind of see where Dahlia came from, but I don't know. I guess I just really like Huxley. Okay, sorry, I'll stop. The endings both are very interesting, but personally I found the one where everything is like shining under the night very good, very nice. Like rather than the house on fire and my poor Huxley gone. Like, I don't hate Dahlia, but I just can't. I don't like to see Huxley dead because I don't think he deserves it. Okay, so let's just load and do like the most useless things first. Oatmeal. You flip open one of the cupboards with the tip out of your finger. The little canister of oats falls out onto the counter. Huxley looks deeply uncomfortable from the moment your hand enters the dollhouse to when it disappears from his sight. He lets out a slow breath as soon as your hand is gone from his view. Though the interaction was very brief, you have a feeling that you've unnerved him greatly. It's normal to be intimidated by the presence of a being so much larger than oneself, but you aren't used to getting this kind of reaction from a toy. Yeah, I also don't get it. I don't understand why he's so afraid. Aren't they supposed to like their owners? He's not a dog. How irritating. Do you like yours with brown sugar or with fruit, Huxley, or both? I'll have it however you have it. How can you tell when they're here anyway? Oh. Okay, Dawn. But that's for later. For now, I'll put on some black tea for you and I'll make our oatmeal. You just sit at the table. Alright, thanks, Dahlia. He does as he's told. It's not lost on you that it was definitely not a request. The troubled look on his face says that he noticed that as well. But breakfast is well underway and the two seem to be getting along well enough. So you leave them be so they can enjoy their morning peace. Okay, let's skip, see if there's anything different. It's so weird. Oh, I love Huxley. I love Huxley so much. Okay, now to the other. Oh, help. Nope. I want to load. Creeps. Not creeps, crabs. I don't know how to. I do not know how to pronounce English. You reach into the kitchen with them and carefully pinch the little cookbook up in the cupboard between the tips of your fingers. Huxley's eyes look wide and you can see him tense his jaw as soon as your hand enters the dollhouse. His whole body is wound tight as though in preparation to flee the room. I love Huxley so much. OMG, I literally want to have him as my toy right now. Dahlia, on the other hand, smiles as her dark eyes watch you take the book from the room. You grab one of your tools to help with moving the pages, a thin pair of tweezers you usually use for toy repairs. Dahlia, on the other hand... Oh, sorry. You just tear the pages out if you try to handle them yourself. You carefully select the recipe, then hold the book and the tweezers to keep it open as you return it to the room. Dahlia reaches up to accept the book out of the tool's grip. The puppet shows a sliver of teeth between his lips but doesn't speak. It's so sad he doesn't get loved until like the bad ending. But I like it. I like the Huxley ending, you know. You take your hand back out as soon as the item is passed off. You aren't sure what he's thinking, but you can tell he's very upset by your intrusion upon the toy space. Oh, it has been a long time since I've made crepes. I have some wonderfully juicy strawberries in the fridge as well. They'll be perfect for this. Huxley, do you prefer yours with chocolate sauce or just whipped cream? I'll have it however you're having yours. he just feels better now. How can you tell when they're here anyway? Okay. We'll worry about it. Oh, we'll worry about that tonight, though. For now, I have crepes to make. You're going to love them, I promise. But since they are rather troublesome to make, I'd like you to help as well. Of course, I can't cook though. I'll be doing all the cooking. I just want you to select the strawberries for me. And do be careful with the knife. Oh, crepes seem to be the best choice for this. I mean, if I wasn't choosing like multiple choices, I'd choose crepes too. You watch as Dahlia starts to prepare her whipped cream and crab batter. She periodically stops to correct Huxley on his cutting technique. Each time he seems a little more discouraged, but he doesn't remark on it. That's probably for the best. You watch until Dahlia starts putting together the crepes, lovingly rolled into little cone shapes and filled with cream and fruit. At some point, she recuts some of Huxley's strawberry slices into hearts to top them with. Things seem peaceful again, so you leave them to their culinary work. Hopefully the morning together helps them, but the argument the night before behind them. Okay, that was actually the happiest ending. I'm gonna keep him again. I'm sorry, I just was waiting for this happy ending. I was going to say happy ending. I'm gonna screenshot this. I just really wanted a happy ending. So here we got. And like, even if she's broken, at least she's on the same like side. But I guess, you know, the best. I don't know, I don't even know what to think. Well, it would be better if she was alive, yeah. But you know, we can't help it. The game is just sad. It is well and truly tempting to pick the puppet up. What would be the point? You'd have nothing left. You're not sure how you managed to lose control of the situation. Oh, bro. Okay, so it's like he's picked as the new toy here. It's the new favorite toy. I actually wonder how this would play out. Okay, now let's search up what the true ending is. Guys, so apparently there is no true ending. I guess that was to be expected. So I just want to say, this again is my favorite ending. The ending where Huxley survives, because, well, as I said, it you know, it's deeper. It's deeper than the other ending, where everything just burns and we just, you know, get her back and just do the same thing again. And I don't know, I really love Huxley. I already said it so many times. I apologize. But yeah, I think it's a proper ending too. I don't know why we couldn't just, you know, rebuild her anyways. We can just make a new face. I guess it wouldn't be the same as the older one, but who knows. And I also think Dahlia kind of deserved it, because she always treats people so badly. But at the same time, I don't think Huxley would have had his good ending if he hadn't done it. So yeah, so So I don't know, I just like how it plays out. It's just really good. And anyways, let's stop talking about the ending. The game overall is really great. Look at the visuals. Just look at this damn visual. It's so it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Just look at his face. Look at it. It's so beautiful. The gameplay too is nice, despite, you know, the text problems when I was reading the stuff. The characters were very understandable, and I don't know, it feels like there is an important lesson in this game too, you know, about favoritism, like not favoring people, and very interesting, you know, character aspect, like how this guy gets nervous whenever we touch him. It's like, I don't know, it's just something that doesn't exactly have an explanation. I mean, it kind of does, like the one where we're really big, you know, but yeah, it's really interesting to his character too. It's very, makes him special. I don't know, I guess the best ending would be the one where they'd be marrying each other. But anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching, I suppose. If I ever post this video, that is. And yeah, you should definitely play Dollhouse. It's very interesting. And Huxley is very lovely. And she's very pretty. And they are a very good couple that never worked out. Bye.